When we think of the royals, we don't necessarily think of the dark sort of, well, dark secrets, ghosts, that sort of stuff. Or do we? Of course, royals of olden times have often been said that, there's very, very dark, macabre stories, particularly in the likes of Buckingham Palace, Kensington Palace, Windsor Castle, apparently very haunted in Windsor Castle, and of course, beautiful Balmoral. But, of course, if you're a royal, you're truly never alone. All your ancestors are around you, no doubt in oils and portraits up and down the walls. You can never forget your past history, can you? So it's always fascinating to uncover a sort of story that I wanted to share with you about a place in the very heart of London that is absolutely quintessentially British, loved by modern day royals even today. And apparently there's a dark secret underground. As ever, let me explain. Morning, nice to see you. Thank you so much as ever for taking the time out today. I do love a good sort of story, don't you? Particularly when there's elements of it that you think, wow, right, I didn't know that. That's interesting, yes. Because of course, when you think about London, as I'm sure many big cities, there are so many dark sort of secrets, aren't they? You see these crowded sort of streets in the Dickinson era, the Sherlock Holmes stuff, and you think, yes, hansom cabs, fog, people in top hats, that sort of stuff. Well, around 1910, when this beautiful hotel, the quintessential Goring Hotel in Victoria, stone's throw away actually from Buckingham Palace, well, that's when it opened. And I have to say, I've been in and it is beautiful. It's like stepping back in time to another era. And you can understand why royalty have enjoyed that particular hotel ever since it opened. In fact, right from the off, King George apparently was an absolute fan. He liked to meet people there to throw them off the guard and would literally, can you imagine this, stroll over from Buckingham Palace. But of course, in the modern day era, many people know this particular hotel simply because, of course, of Kate Middleton, as she then was, now Catherine, Princess of Wales. Her and her family, Carol, Michael, etc., and the other siblings all stayed in the beautiful, exquisite suites, get your teeth in, Neil, in that hotel just ahead of the royal wedding in 2011. And you can understand, I mean, ultimate luxury, let me tell you. And the thing about the Goring is not only is it being loved and liked by so many people inside the British monarchy, and you can understand why, but it's also got a very vast, expansive private garden. And apparently this is where Catherine played croquet and bowls with her father to try and relax ahead of that big day. When you go in the gardens, even though it's in the centre of London, it's like being literally in the middle of nowhere. It's that sort of, you just get lost, you know what I mean? Now, one thing that all members of the royal family have from the Goring Hotel is the Goring sheep. Yes, let me explain. You see, the Goring sheep was an idea by the originator, the founder of the Goring Hotel, who was on holiday one day and was driving through Devon and found these little wood sheep being made by a particular individual, and he thought he would take one back. Apparently they were so popular with guests and staff, they became sort of the mascot that now features in all the rooms, and you can buy them in the Goring shop. And if you're very lucky, possibly like royalty, you can get them for free as part of your stay. Catherine has one, as do all of her family. A nice little trinket to remind us to think, yes, we liked it at the Goring, we'll stay again. What other royal secrets does the Goring hide though? Well, the Queen Mother was a regular there, hosting many of her lunches rather than in Clarence's house because she wanted to have the girls round for an informal afternoon. Gin and de bonnet was served, of course, eggs Benedict, all of that sort of thing. And she had a thoroughly nice time, not too far to stagger back, you get the picture. Our Queen was also a frequent visitor there and sometimes privately dined with Prince Philip. Now, what was fascinating about this is it's the only hotel to hold a royal warrant. And this is a pretty sort of spectacular piece of history because, you don't really get it. All hotels would love it. It's the icing on the cake, isn't it? But no, the Goring has it. But there's one true mystery that absolutely the Goring doesn't want to clear up, but I wanted to share this with you. You see, according to folklore, under the grounds of the Goring Hotel, when it was first opened and under the instruction of the monarch of the time, if there could possibly be a private entrance, perhaps even a tunnel underground, directly from Buckingham Palace to the Goring Hotel, well, they may look upon this favourably. Now, what I can tell you is that there is a tunnel, right? Now, everybody wants to sort of make out that this tunnel is still frequently used today by senior royals. I've been told that the tunnel hasn't been in use for many years, in fact possibly at the end of the war. You see, Sir Winston Churchill used to also use the silver dining room for informal meetings, in case, of course, bombs dropped during the Second World War. And he used the tunnel to literally go in and out without being seen. You see the dark secrets of London's underground now. What's also fascinating is that the hotel obviously would like to keep this myth going, in the fact that at any point you could turn around and there might be sat Catherine the Princess of Wales or indeed Prince William. The reason why the tunnel couldn't be used today would be far too much of a security risk in the times that we live in. If you think about it, if they were trapped down there, what on earth could happen? But there is another tunnel at Buckingham Palace, one that directly leads onto a platform on Piccadilly Line, and this would take you directly to Heathrow should there be a nuclear attack. So, while there is a tunnel, people are being a little bit economical with the truth about where it leads the royals. But the royals are certainly not in the dark about the Goring Hotel. Neil Shawn in the very heart of London.